All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Adventures of TNT. I'm your host, T.
And Tasha.
And welcome back. Now, we are doing more George Carlin today, in which today's piece is called It's a Big Club, and You Ain't In It. Ooh, I wonder what he's talking about. Let's go ahead and jump into it, and let's find out.
Not too fucking bright. But if you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, and you talk to them about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions, right away they start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They say we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools. We need more testing for the kids. And you say to them, well, you know, we've tried all of that, and the kids still can't pass the test. They say, don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. And that's what they do in a lot of these schools.
Yikes.
That happened here in Georgia.
Yikes, that happened here in Georgia.
I remember you telling me a 60 was passing. I said, no, it ain't. 60 is failing.
Yeah, 60 is
failing.
F. Yeah.
Well, when we
70,
were in school.
70 was a D. Yeah. Anyway, let's go.
Schools now, they lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids pass, the school looks good, everybody's happy, the IQ of the country slips another 2 or 3 points, and pretty soon all you'll need to get into college is a fucking pencil. Got a pencil? Get the fuck in there. It's physics.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word. They use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind 3 things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners.
Babe,
my
we have been
God.
talking about that. Because we talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
We were saying
Somebody's got to flip your burgers.
But we were talking about how they raise us to be like little limblings. You know, they raise us to be worker bees.
Yeah, cog in the system.
Yeah. So they really don't want you to learn.
Nah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions, forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table and figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork, and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later, because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club.
Oh my God.
By the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged, and nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on. The fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
This is probably the most profound piece that we've heard
Yeah.
from George. And it's just like you said when we first initially started reacting to his comedy. He makes comedy that really makes you think. This guy, he is the talking piece. He is the conversation starter, because this is something that we talk about all the time, especially when you see everything that's going on in the world right now and things that don't make sense. And it's almost like a prophet or something.
He's seen
He
it
literally
coming, and
predicted all of this.
but he is aware, and so when you're aware, you see it happening ahead of time. And a lot of people will make you think that you're crazy saying something like this before it even happens.
Right. But he's absolutely right as far as the issues that we've had and the ways that this the government has tried to solve this problem, which is like our education system.
They're not trying to solve it.
What they say they do, we're going to add more funding. We're going to throw money at it, and they keep throwing more money at it. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
I don't know which schools you talking about.
I'll say it like
money at,
but you know what? I'll say it like this. For as long as we've had problems in the education system, they're still the same results. People are still coming out of school with the same kind of mindset. And there is that lack of critical thinking skills. And you see it all over the place, especially when you engage with people about certain discussions or certain topics. Because we talked about this before, how we can't have certain conversations with people because they take it left field because they don't get it.
Yeah.
And, go ahead.
Well, I do want to say a lot of schools are underfunded. And it's on purpose. I disagree about them throwing money at certain things. They are not throwing money. A lot of these schools have very, very old textbooks. They do not want these children to learn.
But that's what I'm getting at. See, some of these schools might have old, outdated textbooks, but even if the textbooks were updated, they would still contain the information that.
I hear what you're saying.
Right.
And I agree about the lack of critical thinking. But I was just saying about the overfunding thing. Okay, I really disagree with that, because there are schools like in our neighborhood where the gyms are old, the equipment, the school is old, air conditioners need to be replaced, like basic things. So because kids do have to go to school, it would be nice if they had new things, and things of that nature,
and it would create a better
better environment
for learning.
Yeah.
Okay,
and so,
I get that.
Thinking about my experience in school, and then thinking about eventually transitioning to the workplace, the last job I was at, I hate to say this, but one of the managers, she didn't like that I thought for myself. I came up with a better solution, an easier solution to a problem that I end up was doing by myself anyway. And she was really upset, even though she wasn't there, that I found a better way to do it and a simple way to do it, and enlisted help so we can look professional, because we were onboarding some interns. There was like 18 interns, and I had someone to help me instead of it just being me. And someone told on me, someone who wanted to pretend like they were helping but weren't helping. And it became a problem because she was so focused on doing it her way instead of doing it the best way. And what a lot of companies want are robots or a person who can't think for themselves. Just do what I tell you, and that's it. And that's what schools are raising kids to be. But if you diverge from that even a little bit, you're like an outcast.
Yeah, and I think that happens all across the workforce, no matter what job you work, because if you do diverge and you find a more efficient way to do things, they pile on more work to you. So yeah. Or if it's, outrageous, then they just get rid of you. So this is very interesting. We would love to continue checking out more George Carlin. So guys, leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. Let us know what you thought about this piece. And of course, we'll see you guys next time. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
Ta-ta.
Peace.